Okay, so first things first, before I start any crochet project, I have to set up my little crochet corner. I moved my mannequin out of the way so I can get my chair in place, and I had to close the vent because it be getting a little cold. And I fixed the blind so I can get the lighting just right. Because if I'm gonna spend hours crocheting granny squares, my workspace needs to feel inspiring, period. Next up is the yarn hunt. So I have bags and bins full of yarn, and usually I'm not a pink girly, but today I'm looking for the perfect shades of pink because I challenged myself this week to step outside of my comfort zone and make a granny square bolero. And granny squares are definitely outside of my comfort zone. Also, I've never worked with this many different color pinks at once in my life, so it's giving new adventure vibes, and you might as well come along for the ride. Once the color options are coloring, I head to Pinterest on my iPad. I'm looking at Bolero designs, color combos, and most importantly, how people are actually connecting the granny squares. That's been one of my biggest fears in crochet, taking those granny squares and turning them into a wearable piece. But this Bolero is my chance to finally face that. Now, I like to write everything down on my whiteboard so I don't lose track of everything I need to do. Because one thing about me is if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget. And I get caught up in making squares all day and forget about the styling part. So one of the things on my list is to find the perfect skirt to pair with this Bolero. So I head out and I didn't find a skirt, but I did find this cute little pink dress that was only $10, and it was exactly the vibe that I was going for. Flowy, breezy, lightweight, and the color is really close to what I had in mind for my yarn palette. So I definitely got the win on this one. I got the W. So we're back at CrochetDre Studios, and I lay the dress out and start placing different color pink yarn on top because I really want this piece to have depth. So I mix in different shades and different textures, and it's not just pink, it's layers of pink, it's roses, it's blushes, it's powder pinks, everything. So picking out the perfect colors for the granny squares, I mean, it can get a little tricky. So, I'm just going through and seeing what I like and just playing around with it until I find, the perfect colors to use. And then, of course, when I can't decide, I bring my mannequin into the conversation. And she ain't help, but she didn't judge me, and I appreciate that. Finally, it's time to actually crochet. So I set up my iPad to follow along with the video tutorial for a sunflower granny square because that's the design I decided on for this particular bolero. I got my yarn ready and I'm trying to make this magic circle, and no, immediately, no, it's just not happening. I restart again, and still nothing. So at this point, I'm laughing at myself because this is classic me, dreaming up a whole outfit but struggling with the very first step. Ciao. So yeah, if you ever thought crocheters just sit down and stitch perfectly, trust me, we don't. But that's the fun of it, figuring it out one loop, one stitch at a time. So that's day one of my granny square bolero journey. From setting up to yarn hunting to dress shopping to fighting with that magic circle. This is what it looks like behind the scenes when you push yourself creatively. So just stay tuned because in the next video, you'll get to see this bolero come to life piece by piece. Wish me luck.